This music is not. This is not. This is not gameplay. But that's fine.
I mean, it is gameplay. It's just.
Is this part of the game?
Music.
Is this just his setup?
Like a 20xx setup.
Yeah, he's got the disco edition. I respect it. So let's. Is this a live thing or is this just recorded? Okay. 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 So no pressure, no chat box.
You don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to interact with the chat.
No. Okay. That's good.
Meanwhile,
I go to RT.
Elu taking game 1 over Jank.
Well, we knew.
Is this a best of 3?
Yeah. Good of 4% to come out here to support the local Rochester scene.
Very interesting Dreamland map we have here.
Yeah. I was about to say something about the actual gameplay. So it looks like I'm no expert in the Luigi
You're not
Puff
supposed to say that.
I'm not.
You're supposed to keep.
I've watched it a lot though. I have watched it a lot.
Okay.
Because anytime like Voodoo Jin or Abate tries to have like a local tournament and you know they're destroying everyone, 4% comes out gives him a hard time. And it always looks like a struggle.
For Luigi or for Puff?
Oh, for Luigi, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
excellent
Yeah.
edge cancel.
He's got good aerials, right, that can knock Puff out of the air, but you have to read where she's going to be because she can outreach you. She has a longer reach. So I have a theory about the way top-level Luigi's play, and maybe this is just basic melee, but I've only really observed it with Luigi. I think there's a certain distance, like a certain percent of the screen, that you always, no matter how you're moving around, that's beautiful. That's a beauty. It sucks that he couldn't come back. But
Please go on.
But yeah, and you'll see right there, yeah, he got a read on his jump, and he benefited off that. Because if they're just trying to wall each other out, like, Puff's back air is pretty much always going to win. And so Luigi's going to try and sneak in underneath with, like, an up smash. Up smash is good. Yeah. That's got a little, see?
Like that.
Yeah, see?
I've also seen a lot of, like, he'll take a hit and he'll do a neutral air, he'll do a forward air.
That's risky against Puff, because if Puff hits you with the right thing, she can combo that potentially into a rest, which destroys Luigi.
Especially
also,
if you do not have a jump.
Yeah, and if you're a good Puff, you should never let Luigi back on stage. Like, there's no reason. Because he's got, I don't know, I think people struggle too much against Luigi.
Yeah.
When he's recovering.
Luigi, it's because there's variability, because you don't want to just get misfired while you're sitting on the ledge, so you want to be safe about it.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about the ledge, because there's nothing he can do that's going to instant warp to it, right?
Right.
If he's within range where he can up B to the ledge, you don't have to worry about him missiling. For the most part.
True.
Yeah. And it's not like his missile instantly, like, finishes up and then he just grabs a ledge. It's more like Ice Climbers, where there's a little bit of cooldown. So what I always do is if you've got time to just go out there and try to beat it, then go for it. But I always assume he's gonna misfire.
Yes.
And so like get ready with like a grab or something charge. And then if he doesn't, that gives you time to get out there, or you just reset.
Right.
But
if he doesn't, you're not going to miss a coverage of anything because he's very far away.
So my theory about Luigi's spacing is that you'll see there's like a certain amount of space, a little bit more than like a Dreamland platform, that Luigi's always going to try and keep between him and his opponent, right? And it's slightly more than attack range. So anytime you see Luigi wave dashing around, he's always basically going to return to roughly that same area, which is close enough that if you wave dash in and do something, you're gonna. This music does not belong in this game.
Also, this is a best of 5 we have now learned.
Oh, okay. And we're going back.
Still playing at the setup.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would also make sense as to why we were on Dreamland. Because I could imagine that Luigi would want to ban this stage against Puff.
Oh, that's true.
It didn't look too hard, you know?
Well, I think that's more Evu than the matchup.
It's true.
You know?
But it didn't appear that he was, letting Puff live until 150, trying to get kills. I feel like many of Luigi's moves are strong enough. Many of his aerials are strong enough to kill Puff relatively early.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of basically just what Luigi does. He's not going to do anything crazy to approach. He's going to try and wall him out, and then if he can get a good read on your movement, then he's going to hit you with a karate chop or something like that. The reason I think the matchup is bad is mostly I don't remember what I was going to say. So maybe it's not.
I don't
bad.
even remember who it's bad for.
It's definitely bad for Luigi. Not good.
I mean, I could totally see why that would be the case.
Well, Puff can just So Luigi's coming back. He's charging up. He's in his fetal position.
As we saw in that interaction right there, he threw out a bunch of aerials, and the Puff was able to just kind of stay outside of his range.
Yeah.
And just, come in with the back.
That's what Puff is supposed to do.
Yeah.
Puff doesn't need to play super aggressively here. I think she can, assuming it's a she. I don't know if that's okay. But this one in particular is not that there aren't male Jigglypuffs, because Igglybuff or whatever its name is has to come from somewhere.
Of course.
But
could be Dittos.
Can you imagine if your entire species
was just a line of one Pokemon of your species and
it just breeds with the yeah? Can you imagine if your entire family? Imagine your entire family was like, all right, so my father is my father, but then all the men in the family just breed with whores. just to make more, and they just consider that. Well, they keep the whores out of like the family tree. They're like, it's just they just procreate. We don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Everyone's a bastard. I don't know. I think Puff kind of just has to wait for Luigi to do something to approach, and then punish. You know, where it's like, oh, you came up with a karate chop. Well, let me show you this back air. See, just like that. Yeah, back air is. You're gonna whittle away damage. You know, you're not gonna get anything crazy. But here's the thing: if you're playing Puff, you're a patient person to begin with. You know. You didn't hear a word of what I said.
No, if you're playing Puff, you have to be a patient person.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's like they're not. I don't like that in this. I don't like the neutral air in this matchup because Luigi does not have a lot of hit stun. No. Puffs. Because Luigi doesn't have a lot of hit stun. You know, he's not a comboable character. You gotta know. You take your few hits and then you back off before that nair comes out. Right.
Right.
I don't like doing like a weak hit against Luigi because he's gonna get out of that somehow and then hit you with something stronger. That's just asking for opportunity.
But if you do a weak hit at a lower percent, you also have more of a chance of just getting a combo. Because if you do a hard hit, there's.
But you're not looking to combo Luigi. The only combo that you need for this is just back air.
Not with this character. To combo. Even with a Puff, you're trying to combo.
I think you need to be very cautious with
even if
combo.
It's a two-hit combo.
Yeah, but did you see that weak hit? He went for the jab, and he got.
Okay, but at a high percent, of course.
Spinny footed. Yeah.
Dash attack's an amazing.
Yeah. See, that's why the matchup is terrible.
Yeah. I've seen many edge guards like that. It seems pretty difficult to deal with. But Elu's been doing a good job of not getting off stage.
Well, that's just because he's a better player.
Oh.
I actually don't know. I've heard a lot about. Oh, this is that Jank guy.
Yes, this
I've
is
heard
Alex Jank.
Yeah.
He's a very good player.
That's what I've heard. Yeah, he would definitely beat me for a variety of reasons.
Oh, he beat Psycho Midget.
Did you say something? He beat Psycho Midget.
Yeah, I heard.
He beat Tyrion Lannister. I hope he's not a real dwarf, you know? Or little
midget?
Person. Yeah.
No, I don't think he is.
How rude, you know? There are real dwarfs in the world. They gotta.
It's insensitive.
Hey, did you know that? Okay, so there is an arc in you guys, our viewers at home, and basically just Elu going back to watch how this match go. Our viewers at home already know, what's going on screen. So we're gonna take a little detour. And okay, so in The Amazing Spider-Man, right? The comic books is the central line of Spider-Man, right? Like if you're gonna read what's canon, you read that. And then Ultimate was made as like another universe version of it for a more modern crown. But Amazing has been going all the way since like 1960 something. But in I want to say like 2009, maybe in that range, they had an arc that killed Spider-Man. It was the death of Peter Parker.
There's a lot of comics.
Yeah, but this was the first time that they actually did that. And they said, no, this character's gone. And so he has a big confrontation with Doc Ock. And Doc Ock, who is dying at the time, does some, science-y, comic booky stuff to switch bodies with Spider-Man. Okay. So Doc Ock's brain is in Peter Parker's body, and then Peter Parker, who inherits Doc Ock's body, then dies because, And so then Doc Ock is now Peter Parker, and nobody knows, right? And so he's like, I'm going to be a better version of Peter Parker. I'm going to do all the things, that Peter sucked at, and I'm going to be the superior Spider-Man. And for about a year or 2 years, that was the line. Instead of reading Amazing, you would read the superior Spider-Man. And, like, it gets kind of fucked up. Like, Mary Jane fucks Peter Parker.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to Elu.
A very clean 3-0.
Very clean. And Mary
Showing
Jane fucks Doc Ock.
Hang on.
Okay.
The Puff-Luigi matchup is not unwinnable.
If you're a better player. I think if you're evenly matched, I think that's...
Do you think that Elu is a completely better player?
Yes.
Than Alex Jank?
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not convinced.
Just based on what I've seen.
Okay. You know what? You're right.
I don't know. Well, I think... Maybe it's just this matchup. Oh, are you gone? We're done with this conversation. Okay.